Okay, good afternoon to all. Firstly, I would like to thank Brother Lau for helping me to read through my draft and then suggested some improvement. Anyhow, my understanding is very superficial. I'm trying to catch the idea, but there might still be a lot of things that I couldn't really get to the point. But anyway, this is how I try to figure out how it works. So I have two questions to be answered. This is the first one. Question two. Explain the five faculties Panja Indra and the five powers Panja Bala, showing the differences. As introduction, the five faculties or Panja Indra and the five powers Panja Bala are included in the 37 factors of enlightenment. They share the same set of five fundamental mental qualities such as faith, saddha, grounded within understanding, energy or effort, which is virya, mindfulness, sati, concentration, samadhi, and the fifth, wisdom, in Pali, panya. These five are cetasikas or mental factors, and they help to define one's character for the better. And these five are important ones to take in or ana in anapanasati. They guide spiritual development like senses leading to perception. They are helping with comprehending Dhamma that exercise control in their respective domain. These two sets of five factors are critical in following the Noble Eightfold Path. So the common factors for five faculties and the five power, Panjabala. The first one being faith or confidence in conviction. In Pali, it is saddha towards Buddha and his teaching in the domain of adhimokkha in decision or resolve, meaning holding deep trust and confidence in the Buddha and his teaching, as in the case of the faculty. The power of saddha is of two kinds. The first one being ordinary faith, bhakati saddha. This is referring to the mundane, ordinary, undeveloped confidence that motivates lay people to perform wholesome acts like almsgiving, maintaining morality, and preliminary mental concentration that acts as the base for the spiritual life. Anyway, it could not on its own overcome deep-rooted craving, nor maintaining stability in deep meditation. And the second one refers to the developed faith, bhavana saddha, developing confidence in the path of learning and teaching. It represents the disappearance of unstable and oscillating mental attention and the appearance of a clear and steady mind. The mind's attention can be steadily fixed only on those objects which it finds clear and unclouded. The second mental qualities refers to energetic effort, virya, in vakaha or exertion. Cultivating diligent effort and stamina in professional duties, developing persistent and enthusiastic effort in one's practice. It includes the following four efforts. Firstly, sangwara padana, the effort to prevent. It refers to the effort to prevent unwholesome or unskillful mental states like the three poisons, greed, hatred, and delusion from arising. The second effort, pahana padana, the effort to abandon. This is the effort to abandon unwholesome states that have already arisen. The third being bhavana padana, the effort to develop. This meaning the effort to develop wholesome, skillful states of mind like generosity, loving kindness, and wisdom that have not yet arisen. The fourth one, anurakana padana, the effort to maintain. It is the effort to maintain, increase, and bring to perfection the wholesome state of mind that have already arisen. The third mental qualities is mindfulness, sati, in upadana, in awareness. The mind is one-pointed and in absorption concentration. The object of our mind will continuously be a wholesome one. Due to the one-pointedness state of mind, when wholesome thoughts arise, unwholesome ones cannot arise. Maintaining the present moment awareness and self-awareness in teaching. It can be achieved by cultivating continuous awareness until mindfulness becomes firmly established, which refers to the satipatthana that belongs to 4 types of practice. First one, kaya upasana, which is contemplation of the body, where one develops clear awareness of the physical body. The second one is Vedana Upasana, which is contemplation of feelings, where one observes feelings as they arise and pass. The third one is Citta Upasana, the contemplation of the mind, where one observes the state of mind itself. The fourth one, Dhamma Upasana, the contemplation of mental objects, observing the contents and the categories of experience. It enables insight, panya, that leads to awakening. The fourth being concentration or undistracted concentration, samadhi. It refers to the state of mind that is tuned towards one-pointedness, collectedness, and unification of mind in avikapa, non-distraction, and develop focus and mental stability, avoiding distraction. The fifth being panya in dasana, which is wisdom in view of vision. When they become bala or powers, they become unshakable by their opposites, which is the indecision, laziness, negligence, agitation, and delusion or ignorance. Cultivating deep insight into the nature of reality and education. Gaining a deep understanding of reality by perceiving what makes us up and keep us alive, referring to the 5 aggregates. Recognizing the 3 fundamental truths, which is impermanence, suffering, and non-self, and understand the law of karma, the 4 noble truths, as well as a cycle of birth and death. The importance of balancing effect. The 5 faculties, indriya, become 5 powers, bala, and are well balanced only for an arahant. The 5 are balanced into 2 complementary pairs, and with mindfulness as the steward. By mutual regulation, guided by mindfulness and wisdom, cultivating them and trying to keep them balanced, we can reap many benefits even before reaching the ultimate goal. So the first pair, complementary pair, refers to faith balances wisdom, where faith is tempered by wisdom, wisdom guided by faith. Faith refers to the trust in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and in karma. Wisdom examines causes and conditions. Too much faith without wisdom becomes credulity. Too much wisdom without faith becomes dry skepticism. So the balance may be achieved by strengthening faith through recollection. There are many ways, including Buddha Nusati, Dhamma Nusati, Sangha Nusati, Devata Nusati. We can refer to Anguttara Nikaya 6.10, Mahanama Sutta. And then the second one, testing faith with Dhamma investigation, that is Dhamma Charya, one of the factor in the Satta Bojjhanga, asking, is this wholesome? Does it lead to dispassion? So with this, you can do further reference into Anguttara Nikaya 8.53, Sankita Sutta. The second pair will be energy balances concentration. Energy tempered by calm, calm supported by energy. Energy thrives, concentration settles. Excess energy agitates, excess concentration dulls. So balance them by, firstly, calibrating effort with the four right effort, sama, vayama, and the middle tuning simile, like tuning a lute, not too tight, not too loose. You may refer to Anguttara Nikaya 6.55 Sonata Sutta for further details. And then second one, supporting samadhi with a wholesome, relaxed body posture, steady breathing, and joy. So energy is bright, not tense. You may read more for Anguttara Nikaya 5.28 on factors for concentration. And the third one, mindfulness sati is serve as the regulator or governor that ensures all faculties are present and balanced. Mindfulness notices imbalance early and recalls the Dhamma. When it detects fluidity, it invites investigation. When it detects dryness, it invites trust and devotion. When it detects restlessness, it softens effort and emphasizes calm. When it detects sloth, it rouses effort. This may be achieved by practicing the four establishment of mindfulness satipatthana when keeping awareness of the body, feeling, mind, and the dhammas, to read the mind's current tune. Number two, noting or labeling gently. Example, restless, doubting, to de-identify and adjust. So the faculties and powers are terminologically the same factors, but are functionally different as they represent different stages of manifestation. Indriya as faculties, they exercise control in their domains, govern or lead the mind. They are present, balanced, and functional, but not yet unshakable. They can still be overcome by the opposite forces such as indecision, laziness, negligence, agitation, and delusion, if unbalanced. They are stabilized through cultivation and mutual balance. Their task is to control opposing hindrances. That is, satta, confidence based on understanding, may balance or counter doubt. Virya balances sloth and torpor. Sati guides the present. Samadhi counters restlessness. Panya discerns the three marks of existence, anicca, dukkha, anatta, and dispel ignorance. Bala. These same five factors, when strengthened through cultivation, mature through deep practice, especially into jhana or absorption states. They are being grounded with virtues, concentration, and wisdom, to the point that they mature, become strong, firm, unshakable, and dominant power qualities. So it can be expressed into the simple formula where the five faculties, indriya, enhanced with virtues, concentration, and wisdom, they will be upgraded to the status of power of the five faculties, which is the pancha bala. You may find the source from the article Pancha Indriya and Pancha Bala, the five faculties and five powers. The link will be available in the reference session. They could overcome hindrances and no longer being overcome by their opposites. They destroy the hostile kingdom of personalized view. They are the fivefold strength on which bhikkhus and layperson can place their reliance and providing stability on the path. When they become bala, they become unshakable by the opposing forces. Now, satta bala overcomes vichikicha, the skeptical doubt, where skepticism cannot overturn it. Virya bala overcomes tina, mida, sloth, and topo. Sati bala overcomes mutta sacha, forgetfulness or distraction that sustain clear remembering of the present task. Samadhi bala overcomes uttacha, pucha, restlessness and remorse. And finally, panya bala overcomes avijja. Delusion cannot break through. The five powers are needed for the work of tranquility, insight, and attainment of the path. That is the fruit of the final bliss, nibbana. We can imagine the two in the analogy where think of the faculties as seeds and the power as the fully grown, resilient trees that cannot be easily uprooted by storm, which is the simile and analogy of the defilements. The same qualities become stronger and more decisive as they evolve, leading from control to unshakable dominance. This is the credit to Brother Lau that have sent me this diagram and the illustration, but I need some time to understand them and interpret the meaning. Okay, as conclusion. The five faculties, Pancha Indra, and the five powers, Pancha Bala, are the same five qualities viewed in two modes as governing faculties and as unshakable strengths. As faculties, they lead and balance the mind. Each govern the domain and is calibrate to avoid extremes. For example, satta balances panya, virya balances samadhi, and sati keeps all well aligned. As power, the same qualities have become steady, unsaleable by their opposites. Faith unshaken by doubt, energy not overcome by sloth, mindfulness not lost to forgetfulness, concentration not scattered, wisdom not deluded. The training aims at attaining the final destination, which is enlightenment. The cultivation and the result of the cultivation will eventually pave the way to attain the four levels of or stages of enlightenment, which includes stream entry, once returner, non-returner, and the perfect arahant. So these are some of the references that I have referred to. Thank you for the first question.
Good, quite comprehensive. Anybody want to add on? If no, we pass out, then we go to the next question.
Okay, the third question. Enumerate the path factors given in the compendium of mixed category, Misaka Sangaha, and explain as how and where these factors will lead one. As introduction, the Noble Eightfold Path leads to enlightenment by functioning as a holistic, non-linear or step-by-step middle way framework that eradicates greed, hatred, and delusion. The 8 elements or factors of the path are described as right, wise, or skillful, samma. The 8 path factors purifies a specific domains of life, and together they are classified into 3 main categories: wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It is a holistic and interconnected set of practices to be engaged in simultaneously as progress in one area can support the progress in others. These are collectively known as the threefold training. Practiced as a whole, they transform the mind and reality perception that will eventually uproot greed, hatred, and delusion. These 8 factors work together simultaneously to end sufferings, with ethical action supporting mental calmness, which enable deep wisdom producing insight that leads to the liberation from the cycle of suffering. So, how factors in the 8 noble path and how they lead to purification. The Eightfold Path factors are grouped into 3 main divisions that systematically train the practitioner. The first category is wisdom, that consists of 2 factors, which is right view and right intention. So we'll go through one by one. Right view or Sama Ditti, deeply understanding the Four Noble Truths, which involves recognizing the nature of suffering, its causes, and the path to its cessation. Dependent origination, which refers to the interconnectedness of all phenomena, aligning the mind with causality and the law of karma, and the true nature of reality, that is, the 3 marks of existence, suffering, impermanence, and non-self, which remove delusion and cultivate the purification of mind, which is of view, which is in Pali, iti visuddhi, where one sees the 5 aggregate skandha as conditioned, non-self, and eventually abandoning personality with sakaya ditti. The second one being right intention or resolve, samma sankappa. It means cultivating wholesome thoughts and adequate intention, such as developing goodwill. When goodwill is associated with metta jhana, it is called right thought or non-ill will, or apaya pada sankappa, radiating compassion and practicing harmlessness. When it is associated with karuna jhana, it is called right thought or non-harming, or avihimsa sankappa, towards all beings. It sets direction of the learning path, redirects motivation, corrects wrong views, and softening craving and aversion. As a result, one cultivates non-attachment and overcoming selfish desires, which eventually geared one's resolve towards the right thoughts of renunciation. Nekkhamma Sankappa Bhakkanga. Purification begins with the purification of mind. Developed in the soil of the first, they follow the purification of morality, which is Sila Visuddhi. So now we attend to the second group or second category, the ethical conduct Sila. In the preceding mundane purification, Sila Visuddhi, it refers to the abstention from the 3 kinds of bodily evil deeds, kaya, ducharita, and 4-fold evil speech, vaci, ducharita, comprise that 8-fold morality for lay people, such as the 8 or 10 precepts, are refinement of that virtue. For monks, the virtue is constituted by the observance of the 227 Vinaya rules, whereas 311 for the nuns, which cover bodily and vocal karma. The path factor under these categories include 3. The first one being right speech, sama vaca. This includes abstaining from lying, divisive speech, harsh words, and idle chatter, which are considered unskillful and harmful. This kind of false speech should be avoided. Instead, one should be speaking the truth using kind words, conveying messages that are beneficial, and deliver them at the right time to promote honesty, to stabilize relationship, and conscience, to preserve communal harmony. Second one being right action, sama kamanta. It means integral action or proper conduct. One adheres to the moral precepts, not killing, not stealing, nor committing sexual misconduct, to foster compassion and to reduce harmful karma. The third one being right livelihood, sama ajiva, ensuring one abandons dishonest way to learn a living, such as, sorry, there's some uh, where a layperson will have to earn an honest living by avoiding the, the following traits, which includes trading with the flesh, poisons, weapons and arms, slave trade and prostitution, liquors and drugs. The householder maintain balanced life by spending wisely, neither adopting extravagant lifestyle nor miserly. Whereas those whom had gone forth live on receiving alms, shun away from making a living through reading marks, signs, omen, reciting charms, etc. The goal of right livelihood is to simplify life and reduces entanglement so that the means of sustenance will not interfere with the spiritual development. The three mental factors of abstinence, which is Viriyatis Cetasika, include right speech, sama vacha, right action, sama kamanta, and right livelihood, sama ajiva, calms the mind and creates a foundation of peace, reducing remorse and mental turbulence that are the basis of stable mind. Then we go to the third group, which is mental discipline. It includes right effort and right mindfulness, as well as right concentration. The goal of mental cultivation is to use mindfulness and concentration to purify the mind, removing hindrances like desire and aversion. This involves three path factors that work together. Effort energizes, mindfulness steadies, concentration unifies the mind on the object of meditation. We come to the first one, right effort, sama vayama. It refers to the effort in preventing the arising of unwholesome mind, abandoning the arisen unwholesome mind states, and the generation of wholesome state of mind in maintaining the arisen wholesome state of mind. This includes guarding the sense door and restraint of the six sense faculties to avoid the rising of the sensual desire and craving, as well as to avoid triggering the unwholesome mind states such as aversion, including hatred, anger, resentment towards anything or anyone. Second one, right mindfulness, sama sati. It is the practice of maintaining a non-judgmental, present moment awareness of body, feelings, mind, and mental phenomena to eradicate greed, aversion, and delusion. It means being fully present in daily life, in walking, sitting, working, not just while meditating. It includes the four foundations of mindfulness, which is mindfulness of body, kaya upasana, awareness of breathing, posture, physical activity, mindfulness of feelings, vedana upasana, observing pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral sensation that as they arise and disappear. Mindfulness of mind, citta, nupassana, observing the state of mind, example, lustful, angry, distracted, or otherwise concentrated. And then the fourth one, mindfulness of mental phenomena, Dhamma nupassana, awareness of thoughts, ideas, and concepts, specifically observing the five hindrances, greed, hatred, sloth, restlessness, doubt, and the seven factors of enlightenment. The third one, right concentration, sama samadhi. Concentration gathers and steadies the attention, reducing distraction and reactivity. It can be developed through two methods. The first method, aiming at attaining development of serenity, using tranquility meditation, samatha bhavana, which directed expressly towards the attainment of deep concentration at the level of absorption or jhanic attainment. There are three stages of concentration, namely preparatory concentration, parikamma samadhi, access concentration, vachara samadhi, and absorption concentration, apana samadhi. The absorption concentration are classified into four jhanic states. In the first jhana, sensual desires and certain unwholesome thoughts will be suppressed. During the second jhana, all intellectual activities will be suppressed and one-pointedness of mind develop. During the third jhana, the feeling of joy, which is an active sensation, also disappears, while the disposition of happiness still remains in addition to mindful equanimity. In the fourth jhanic states, all sensation, even of happiness and unhappiness, of joy and sorrow, disappear. Only pure equanimity and awareness remain. During the states of absorption, it can give temporary respite from suffering and stress. In this process, the mind is trained. Anyway, this sermon is still too weak to uproot the most refined level of defilement and latent tendency, anusaya. The second method is through pure insight meditation, Suddha Vipassana Yanika, that one contemplates on the form or the five aggregates in all aspects as incidental accompaniment of the path intended to generate insight. One contemplates on all form, feelings, mind, phenomena one by one, past, future, or present, internal or external, blatant or subtle, common or sublime, far or near. It's inconstant, stressful, and not self. Hence, one gains true knowledge and vision, the discernment arising in line with the way things actually are. Thus, the mind is trained and disciplined and developed through right effort, right mindfulness, and the right concentration. Additional notes. One may also practice pure insight meditation or pure tranquility meditation, or a combination of the tranquility meditation as the preceding step, followed by insight meditation, which is known as samatha vipassana yanika. As conclusion, the Noble Eightfold Path leads to enlightenment, nibbana, by functioning as a holistic middle way framework that avoids the extreme self-indulgence and self-mortification, providing a balanced approach to the final liberation. This path includes ethical living, sila, that calms the mind from gross agitation and creates a foundation of peace. By reducing remorse and mental turbulence, the mind gladdens and settles, ready for meditation. Then, the mental discipline samadhi uses mindfulness and concentration to purify the mind, removing hindrances like desire and aversion. And then, finally, wisdom, panya, arises from these purified states, allowing the practitioner to see reality clearly, which breaks the cycle of attachment and ignorance. So the Eightfold Path is noble because it's a walk nobly. It is non-linear process where the eight is practiced together, reinforcing one another. It is a comprehensive and lifelong journey. So these are the references, including Brother Lau's notes.
Okay, thank you. So anybody want any comment? It's pretty long, so just take whatever is necessary, because during exam you have something like 35 minutes to complete the essay question. So be mindful, take whatever is relevant, because 35 minutes is not a lot of time. I don't know, then on that day you can remember all this stuff. That's another problem.
Brother Ko raised his hands. Please speak.
Okay. So I think we have to come back to the topic is from the mixed compendium. So if mixed compendium is not only the noble eightfold path, you also have to include the four wrong path, which is the Vicha Diti, Vicha Sankappa, Vicha Vayama, and Vicha Samadhi, I think. Yeah, the four. So you have to include that as well.
Okay, okay. I will do the correction. Thanks. It's a bit long because for me it is a summary from my readings. So actually I treat assignment as it's a guide lah, that will make me study for my own understanding.
Okay, the other two, Pek Leng and Chai Hun, so beware, the diploma one, not easy. You need able to write, then with substance. So it's not easy way. So if you are assigned with a question, please go and do it. If you cannot be present, please submit to Sister Sumitra to relay to the whole class. In a way, it helps you. In a way, it also, for those people who are browsing to the YouTube, they have a chance to learn.